I want to talk to you today as it's National Widowers' Day and grief. We hear all the time the 7 stages of grief. What a lot of people don't realise is that was written about terminal cancer and the stages of anger going through that. Acceptance, anger, bargaining, all of those things are stages to terminal illness, and it's coming to terms with your own terminal illness, not necessarily your grief. And people will, grief is a journey. But grief isn't just because somebody passes away. Grief can be losing a item. It can be losing your home. Grief is something where you've gone through a major change and you grieve it. And pets as well, not just loved ones. We love our pets. It's literally losing who you are, what you was, where you expect to be. It's a huge thing. And it has a major impact on your well-being. Grief never goes away, ever. You learn to live with it. It's a bit more like a black hole. And some days that hole is overwhelming. And it really is. It consumes everything. But with time, the hole doesn't get any smaller or any bigger. People say it gets smaller. It doesn't. The hole stays the same. Think of it in a jar. The hole stays the same, but the jar gets bigger. That grief will always be that size. And some days the jar can get smaller and other days the jar can get bigger. And that's you growing, and you will have good days and bad days, and anniversaries will be obviously often bad days because there's often trauma with it as well. And if you're struggling with grief, counselling helps. Not just where you talk about it and do nothing, but counselling where you work through those emotions around the trauma especially. But it doesn't mean you don't forget. It doesn't mean you don't still hurt. It doesn't mean you don't still shed a tear. It just means that you are able to function for that day around your black hole. And acupuncture can help with the emotion side, and we can help to cope with some of the grief. But more importantly, we help you to teach you how to function. This has been Thoughts with Points, and I hope it helps somebody out there. Take care.